Welcome to the Psychic Coffee Shop. I'm Aeson Knight, and with me tonight, unfortunately, Rainey had an emergency, so Sophia has dropped by the table with her lovely hazelnut latte. You can smell that thing 10 foot away. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, sweetie. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, hon. Thank you so much for stopping in for our coffee date since, Rainey couldn't join us. It's been a lot of cancellations.
I hope everything's okay.
Well,
yeah.
me too, darling. And, today, specifically, there tends to be a lot of issues. A demon ate the sun.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Or, we could look at it as, God has decided to punish the earth.
Well, I thought I saw the sun this morning.
Well, yes, but see, there was an solar eclipse, and a lot of folklore talk about it being something that it's not. Astrologers have known, and, human life has known for many years that when the sun and the moon cross their reflective path, it looks like one eats the other. There's a lot of superstition around
that.
Yeah.
But I never heard that. I never heard it being like with a negative connotation. I've always heard it as a good thing. I always heard lunar eclipses brings you what you ask for. It might not be totally nice, but
Right. Well, it can very much do that, and that's, the way the magical principles work on it. Father Sun meets Mother Moon, and creative energy expands and blows out. But, the Chinese and North Koreans have always seen it as a demon attempting to eat the sun. We have the Greco-Romans believing that it was a sign, especially those with heavy Jewish influences, seeing it as the gods at war or the earth being punished.
Yeah, I've heard the war one before.
Right.
But the other ones I haven't heard of.
Right. And I think a lot of that sticks to, people not understanding stuff and then it just being propaganded. I mean, because in every demon movie, the sun is hidden in general.
You are right. I just never thought of it that way.
And, that's just a reflection. It's surprising. Superstition has a funny way of playing it with people. What's your favorite one?
My favorite superstition?
Mm-hmm.
In general?
Mm-hmm.
Is a black cat walking across in front of you.
Oh. That's another one that has a lot of different connotations, because supposedly black cats crossing your path is bad luck. If a black cat decides that they're moving into your house, is good luck. So it gets really crazy. It was found that most Americans and Europeans believe that if you walk underneath a ladder, it's bad luck.
Yep.
A lot of people believe it's bad luck to open umbrellas in the house.
Mm-hmm.
That number 7 on this chart was the broken mirror gives you 7 years of bad luck. And my grandmother taught me it was 13 years of bad luck, not 7. Let's see what number 6 was on this survey. When you spill salt, toss some over your left shoulder to avoid bad luck. Now that one's kind of interesting, because salt in itself was very valuable. So I don't understand why you would spill some and then throw some more over your shoulder. But I guess
where it's supposed to repel spirits. So maybe that was more important at that time.
At that time. How about this one? Knock on wood to prevent disappointment.
I do that all the time. But I do it when I say something that's supposed to be true and it's, like, let me have a good day, knock on wood. And I like that one too.
How about this one? This one has a really interesting past. Always bless God. Always say God bless to a sneeze.
Oh, I don't say God bless. I say that K word. Yeah, which I'm not able to say right now.
Well, the reason this one was is because, sneezing and coughing was a sign of the Black Plague. And, you're wanting to bless that person, hoping that they'll not be dead by dinner because, with the Black Plague, you could have lunch with them or meet here at the coffee shop and have an enjoyable drink, some coffee, and by dinner time, they'd be dead. So that's how that one happens. But it's also the belief that sneezing is the body expelling evil spirits. I don't buy into that one at all.
I don't either. I think there's good and evil in us all, and I don't think you can expel the evil. I think you have a choice to be good or evil. But
exactly. Here's one for you. Which way does your horseshoe hang, upright or downright?
I don't have a horseshoe, but
oh goodness,
I think
we got
I
to
would
get you a horseshoe.
I know. I think I would hang it like with the prongs down.
So you want your luck to run down over you as you pass through the doorway. Where a lot of the opposite of that superstition is for the horseshoe to be pointing upwards so the luck doesn't run out of the shoe. If you ever have to do laundry at my house, at least you get blessed with luck because that's where I keep my horseshoe at, in the washroom.
Well, good, because if I ever have to do laundry, I'm going to have a lot of luck.
Yeah, especially at my house.
Because my husband does the laundry.
I know. How about this? The number 13 is unlucky.
No, that's my favorite number.
Well, it's tied into a few things. The 12 disciples plus Jesus made 13 people, and Jesus was crucified. Friday the 13th being tied into with the day that the French ruler arrested the Templar Knights. So that's where that old Friday the 13th things, all that tends to pop in being all bad luck and bad things happening on the 13th day of the month. Well, we give it what it gives. So,
I like Friday the 13th. That's my favorite day.
Okay,
good things happen to me on the 13th, especially Friday the 13th. I don't know why, but good things happen on that day.
Friday the 13th normally tends to be a good day for me too, but I won't travel on Friday the 13th. I'll travel the 12th or I'll travel the 14th. I'm not traveling on the 13th.
I don't know if I've ever traveled on the 13th or not. Probably, because I don't think twice about it. So.
Well, when you travel with me, we never leave on the 13th and we never come home on the 13th.
Okay.
Okay, I know that for a fact because I always watch that day. It doesn't have to be a Friday, just the 13th in general. For the same reason as the Templar Knights is where my superstition on that one comes from. So.
Oh, see, I think I don't know. It's just like with the full moon. The energies of the full moon. And yeah, they do bring out some of the crazy people, but not everybody.
Well, no, some people have enough sense to lock their crazies out, but in the attic. Others lock them in the basement. But at the same time, some people are, very much stuck into that way of they don't hide their crazy, they just put it out on the front porch for everyone to look at, and they decide to come over to the emergency room to pick up a sandwich.
Right, It's like, oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
But it is true. I love my patients, but it is true. But, it is what it is, and it doesn't matter. Even the crazies need help. They probably need more help than, the regular people.
Right.
And I'm one of those crazies, so it really don't matter.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying, sweetie, is, and you're a nurse, so you know this for a fact. You can tell the moon sign, and I think when we have eclipse energy, it really throws off that full moon energy, even though it isn't a full moon, because it's got that creative energy pulling itself together.
Yeah, and it depends on how people use that energy, too.
Very much so. They can use it for good or bad. And, it's like the law of attraction. You can either pull in the good or you can complain about the bad and get more of it.
So.
So.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, one of our favorite what I call my Californian restaurants, um, tends to have a lot of problems. Chipotle is again being shut down in Boston now because they have a noro virus. For those that haven't followed this story, Chipotle last October began a ton of problems with their food. People getting sick, stores getting shut down. They actually found E. coli there. And it's just getting greater and greater. So what is a norovirus, since we've got our resident nurse and Aeson's private nurse with us tonight? What's a norovirus?
Honey, it's just a big word for the stomach flu. It's a virus.
Oh.
It causes nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. That's
right.
Really all it is. We call it a stomach flu around here, or the stomach bug.
That's what I thought.
And it is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it lasts for about 24 to 48 hours, and it's awful.
Right.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Well, it's terrible.
Yeah, but the way this is spread, it can spread by any means. Touch, droplets. It can, so much can be. It can be spread by.
Right.
So, I mean, the cleansing process, yeah, that's going to help. But, is your employees washing their hands? Because this is what came to my mind when I was reading this, the salmonella.
Right, which
and the
hit
E. coli.
them in October, or which hit them in November.
Yeah, the E. coli hit them as well, right?
Yeah, E. coli, they've had literally everything. Now, for those that don't know, Chipotle tries to do this, free, organic, everything, fresh type thing. It's a very nice, earthy, downtown-y restaurant. A lot of people really like them because they use only fresh ingredients, only, local ingredients, that type of thing. However, they have had a lot of the massive problems. Stuff.
Yeah, the E. coli, where E. coli normally lives in your intestine.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good bacteria in your intestine. Now, if it goes elsewhere, it's a big problem.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, is people washing their hands. Are they washed? And with the salmonella, when they are preparing meat or something like that, are they washing their hands in between the meat and the vegetables?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a must. And that's
just
culinary 101, like I said, I'm not the best cook, but I do know the dynamics of it,
Exactly.
and I'm very careful when I do prepare, because that's not a good thing to spread all that bacteria and viruses, and but they have to take care of the problem. If this has been in more than one store, there is a problem, and they need to figure out what the problem is, and they need to fix it.
Right, because this was all of them, and they had to shut them all down, scrub them down, clean them down, supposedly. That's when the E. coli came through. Then they got salmonella, and they had to close everything else down. And, now the Boston store, during this all-hands-on meeting, began having issues to deal with this norovirus, a neurotoxic virus. And, that can be very expensive, for a restaurant to shut down. But I'm just surprised, because I've managed restaurants before. I've managed, raised in one, managed two, have done all this. And I'm like, where the heck is the food people on this? I mean, because they used to drive us nuts. We used to have a little Miss White Gloves, and we called her Miss White Gloves for a reason, honey, because I'm telling you, if there was dust in your door frame, you can count on a $500 fine.
Yeah. I think that they've gotten away from a whole lot of things, and even in my profession, they have changed a whole lot of things, which I don't agree with, but the old way was a better way to not spread the germs.
Exactly.
But they got this new way of doing things that's supposed to be quicker and easier, which it is. However, you're going to spread it to so many people. So, I still go by the old ways.
It's like, they need to be singing Happy Birthday when they wash their hands. They need to be wearing gloves when they're preparing food. You know, it's not rocket science how to cook and have good food in a restaurant and how to keep it healthy and clean. But it doesn't take rocket science to figure out, we've got to, make sure A, B, and C is covered. And having to tell your employees, if you're sick, stay home, is bullshit, because they should already know to stay home. They shouldn't be allowed to work if they show up to the floor sick. I've seen a many waitresses packing when they go, my allergies are bothering me. Oh, well, go home. You're off the floor until you can get a handle on that.
But see, it's just like the hospital where they expect you to be there whether you're sick or not.
Well, that's
not right. Yeah, that's not fair, because you're making your coworker sick, you're making your client sick, you're preparing that food, and it's hard to tell where else it's going. So, I think employers need a better handle on this. Of course, people lie and tell them they're sick when they are not sick, but what's the worst of the two evils? Getting everybody sick and shutting down, or
having to fill in.
Staying, having to pay that little bit of extra money to get somebody to cover it.
Exactly. If it's even a little extra money, because most of these places, they run people half-time.
Right. Yeah.
They don't run them full-time, so
money.
It wouldn't even cost. It is a way to save money. It's a way to save tax dollars. And it's so that you make sure that you have enough staff hired for when you're busy. This is February. It's terrible. February and March are terrible on the restaurant business. At least here, but you normally have a little pickup for Valentine's Day to hold you over. But it's terrible. So why they're even sitting there going, if you're sick, you need to work, bull.
Yeah.
I do like that Chipotle has inputted their plans for sick leave and not penalizing the people if they're sick. If they're sick, they're to stay home and to come in. Furthermore, I think the managers there should be looking at their employees, because I'm sorry, you can tell if an employee is sick, or they're trying to keep it quiet or not. You can tell they're sick, and you can send their butts home. Okay? And as far as the health inspectors and the CDC, their butts should be on top of these stores massively.
But they're probably shorthanded too. So, I eat out all the time.
Right.
And here's the thing. I trust people to do what is right.
Right.
And unfortunately, I don't think this is right. It kind of concerns me.
No, far from it. It's very concerning when you eat all the time, because it's like, where's the regulations? I mean, if this was, TJ's Restaurant or the Pancake House, we would have been shut down. We would have had to have professional cleaners come in and clean before we can even reopen. And they're just allowing them to clean themselves and then are able to reopen.
Right. It's just it's not right, because you're putting people in jeopardy. They need to find out what the problem is and fix the problem.
Well, I think
cleaning,
the problem,
yes.
I think the problem is their food suppliers. Yeah, because they're doing all. Because here's the facts. They're doing. I believe that they are doing that all organic, all everything natural, fresh ingredients, Mexican style grill. Here's the problem: when you go all organic, that means you're getting exposed to more things. Yes, that means pesticides aren't used, which is all great and grand. But when you get down to the base tax of it, it could tend to cause other issues, because the food doesn't go through the same processing that non-organic food, regular food goes through. Example, you buy a box of tomatoes and they look all shiny and red. That's because they've been washed, dipped in wax, a food quality wax, a very thin layer of it, and sent out in trucks instead of just loaded into boxes, maybe rinsed off to look pretty, and then sent out in boxes. People, think, we need to do this organic thing. Yeah, you might want to grow your own food, But when you're getting organic food from other places, it needs to go through the same prep. It needs to be washed. It needs to be handled correctly. And it may even need to be handled a little bit more strictly to that because it doesn't have the pre-processing before it gets to you.
Right, but you also got to look at the fertilization, what type of fertilization they're using and things like that as well. Because even the organic food and the non-organic food, or the regular food, however you want to say it, both of them can be infected with E. coli or anything else. So you have to look at the way that it's prepared and it's grown and it's nurtured as well.
Right, and this stuff is on the rise. If you haven't noticed this, a lot of these foodborne illnesses are on the rise. They're occurring a lot more often.
Yeah, and there's the nutrition factor too. These people out here that are doing the weight loss and becoming more healthy and things like that, they're telling them to use the organic products.
Right.
I tried that. It made me sicker than a dog.
Well, yeah, it probably did, honey, because the food, it's different from what your stomach's used to. It's different than what your body's used to.
That's exactly right. So people have to take that into consideration as well.
Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break a little early, and we'll be right back.
You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to the Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by the Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Do you have burning questions you need answered? We all do. Visit our website at psychic.biz, where you can find accurate psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers from around the world who are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can have your questions answered anonymously and right from your computer, tablet, or smartphone. The introductory chat is always free, and we offer low per-minute rates and special promotions. Our online psychics offer helpful, practical guidance into what matters most to you. Visit us today at psychic.biz.
And you'll find us at www.themagichappens.com, your free online magazine.
Well, welcome back, everyone. So, Kelly Fitzgerald was supposed to be with us tonight to talk about her new book, When the Road of Enlightenment, Don't Forget to Take Out the Trash. Unfortunately, she's not being able to join us tonight, which is okay. I just want to take a little bit of time and tell everyone about the book. It's a really comfortable, easy read that, has to do with the things we forget when we start working on this path of enlightenment or finding our spiritual selves. We don't think about, I really got to overcome my fear of dogs. We just pack that on, or, I'm still pissed at, Brianna for forgetting to bring coffee last week, so I'm going to pack that on my back.
Never forget the coffee when you go to Aeson's.
No, never forget the coffee when you go to Aeson, because Aeson probably has extra coffee. But, if he says, pick up this coffee at Starbucks for me, he means it. But it's a highly entertaining book. I love the sense of humor in it. I love the quality. I love the lessons. She talks about releasing fears. And then in part 2, she talks about working with crystals, learning about, animal totems, and, building with meditation, which is hard for people to learn, Sophera. We often, as spiritual teachers ourselves, get this all the time. I don't want to meditate. I can't just sit there and do nothing. It'll drive me back.
Yes, that's right. Now, I have a little girl that's trying to meditate or trying to learn how to meditate, and what happens there is she got on the computer and she sent out a list, or she printed off a list, and it was like a step-by-step. Sit down, close your eyes, sit upright, clear your mind. That's not helping anybody. With meditation, I think the easiest way to start is with relaxation techniques and work your way up, especially if you've never done it before. I can't just sit here and not think about anything. I have to prepare myself, and I meditate like an hour in the morning, an hour of the evening, if at all possible.
Right.
And I have to sit down. I have to calm my body down first, and then through relaxation, I'm able to calm down my mind and go into my meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
But
now,
you can't
for me,
just go
when
by
I
list.
started learning, I had to go and have something to focus on. And to really focus in on what's going on, to organize my focus into something, and I started using some music, and that was really good. But, I was like 8 years old, so my mind was every freaking where from, what cartoon I was watching that evening to what Johnny said yesterday. So I started working with a candle flame.
Oh, I love candle flames. I scry with candle flames, which is a type of meditation, but...
And it can be medication too, honey, because, the scientists are now finding that meditation helps relieve anxiety, depression. It allows the brain to focus more. It works on mobility issues. Because if you are in a meditative state and working out in your mind, okay, I'm going to go and walk a mile. So my left foot is going to move, and you visualize you doing that, then the brain is firing off the same nerve centers that it would be if it was in real life.
Right. And it also helps with success because, like the football players and the basketball players and all these athletes now, especially with the Olympics and stuff, they are starting to meditate and they're starting to visualize themselves crossing that finish line or winning that particular game. And there's scientific proof that does work.
It does. And, and she talks about, the law of attraction here, and I think a lot of people get lost on this law of attraction. Because they think that it only has to do with success. It has very little to do with success unless you're trying to attract it to you. And people get discouraged because, they've been working with it for 6 months and, they're doing their journals, they've got their vision board up, they're staring at it for an hour and a half. But here's the part that she covers, but a lot of people skip, is you've got to get up and do something.
Yeah.
You know,
it won't come to you unless you work for it. Absolutely.
You know, it's just, you know, it's kind of like if you're trying to attract a new relationship, we don't sit at home and eat bonbons all day and wait for Mr. Right to come.
Good.
They are, but you know, you eat those in the car, honey, as you're driving to the bar.
That's good. I like that.
Or the PTA meeting, or, you know, whatever else you want to get into. You need to get out there, do things. You've got to have experiences to feed that positive energy.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what a lot of people forget that step, or they go off with this. Oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because, you know, I tried it for 6 months. I sat there and visualized myself having all the money in the world. Well, that's cute. What were you planning on doing with the money? Oh, well, I was going to, you know, pay off my bills and sit at home and do nothing. Well, you know, that's kind of like feeding into a black hole. The universe doesn't invest in black holes.
Right.
But I recommend her book. I think it's a good one. I'm going to be, you know, adding this to a video review that I'm going to do. And that should be up on our YouTube channel. For those that don't know, we do have a YouTube channel. You can go back and watch older episodes. Yeah, and each week I post a book review of the show, you know, of a book that, you know, I think is a good book, and give you a little insight and a view into the book before you either choose to go get it or whatever. And I always put the link at the bottom for you to be able to go get it. But if you miss one of our shows, by that Saturday, the show is up on YouTube. You can watch it there. We're broadcast both on Sundays and Tuesdays on the Magic Happens Radio Network, so you're able to listen to us there if you miss us on our Wednesday night tapings. Oh, and the new cup is out, and if you're not familiar with the cup is our newsletter. You can go and subscribe at psychiccoffeeshop.info. And each month you'll get direct articles from every one of our hosts, and we even have some guest writers that are going to be adding content for you to enjoy that fit within the coffee shop's ideas. Plus, you're going to get a show schedule, and you'll get my full month worth of book reviews for your viewing enjoyment. And that's sent out every month to your email, and it's also over on Issues. So I think we should open up the lines, darling. What do you think?
I think that would be a very good idea.
Okay. Our call-in number is 914-338-1976. And we've got some callers on the line, so we're going to go ahead and take them. Are you ready, darling?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, please be at least 18 years of age. We do need your birth date and first name. We don't technically need your location, but if you want to give that, great. And have your questions ready. We aren't doing general readings, so that would take, 6 shows to do one reading. So, please have a direct question. All right, here we go. 480, you're on the air.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
You're talking about the, superstitions or whatever, but stepping on a crack, I don't think I ever broke my mother's back.
I was just thinking about that earlier. Or when you go through a pole, or when you split a pole, you gotta say bread and butter. That was another one I never understood.
Yeah, that doesn't resonate at all.
No, I've never seen those come into action, but it's weird how things get stuck in our psyche.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And even still, much later on in life, and you're just kind of walking, going, and it just kind of pops in your head. It's like, oh yeah, well, that should be all right.
Yeah. Don't you? And I love researching them and seeing where they came into being at. The step on a crack, break your mother's back. Actually, has to do with water, and it was the aqueducts being built.
Oh.
I didn't realize. I never heard that.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So who do we have, and what's your question, dear?
My name's Mike. And I called a few weeks ago, and I was interviewing for a sales position for large.com, and I got the gig. One of 9 out of 50 that were hired.
Good.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Love it.
Yes. And what I'm kind of looking, everything's going great. I mean, I know relationships down the road is probably going to pop up and everything like that. I know income's coming from this position. So I guess if I had a question, it's the level of income that's coming from this position.
I want to say 65% of more than what you need. So you're actually able to get more comfortable, because I feel like it's going to vary, because this isn't an hourly position. No. I feel like this is going to be project-based, and it's going to be reoccurring. Like, oh, you sold them Windows 10, and now they just upgraded to Windows XE 2, so you are going to get another commission on that sale.
Yeah, it's within the real estate industry, and you're going to continuously build your customer base and so forth, and they'll call you back when they want more and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. You know, but I feel like it's going to be a very good position for you. Although I don't feel like it's the only thing you are doing, and I wouldn't do just one thing in your current position. Okay.
Because I had a number that's come in through like automatic writing and intuitively, and I'm curious if you guys feel that number is accurate.
I feel like that number is very accurate.
I'm getting the same thing.
Yeah. I like that. It's a good number.
Yep. All right. Well, thanks for listening, Mike, and thanks for letting us know that you got the job. I'm so happy for you.
Me too. That's great.
I am as well. And thank you both.
Awesome. You're welcome, darling. You have a great
You're welcome, honey.
Thanks.
All right. And we're going to move on to 610.
Hello?
610. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. Who do we have?
I have this is Sarah. I have a personal question about a business-related question.
Okay.
I currently have a rental property. It is currently rented. It has 2 units, 2 different set of tenants. And I have it up for sale, but I just switched to a new realtor company, and they're pretty good. I just switched the middle of February, and they had a great marketing plan. And they're very knowledgeable, and they have a good track record in the area. So that's why I went with them. But it came out of the blue. I wasn't even looking for a company, and it just came in my mailbox, and I was like, wow. So that's that. So I'm hoping for good things. But I was also concerned because I have some tenants downstairs, and although they have been paying the rent, I just don't know if this tenant is going to give me any problems down the road, like as far as paying rent or anything. Because I don't want any issues. I just want them to pay my rent, and that's it. So if they're still going to be there by the time I sell the house, do you foresee any problems or anything?
Sophia, you want this?
I don't see any problems foreseen. I see that you're stressed. You're really stressed over this or these tenants, but I don't foresee any problems. If there's any problems, it's going to be very minute, and you're not even going to know that they're there. So no, I don't feel that you're going to have any problems at all with them, especially when the realtor does their job and gets it done.
Right. I mean, the realtor, they're just taking care of selling it. But as far as managing the property and collecting the rent, that's me. They have nothing to do with that. But I'm concerned that they are going to, it's a guy and his brother, but I don't never see his brother. It's mostly him. I just want to make sure he's going to pay me the rent, full rent on time. I'm not having any issues.
I don't see you having. Yeah, I don't see you
Mm-hmm.
having any issues, sweetie. I think they'll pay their rent on time.
Okay. Because I had a little bit of difficulty for this month, but in the end, he did deliver everything, and everything was on time. But he did give me some runaround because I just decided to put it up for sale. How do you see the sale going for that? Like, anything are you picking up?
About the sale?
Yeah.
I feel that's going to go well, but it's going to be a little while. I feel
right.
At least 6 months.
6 months? Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aeson, are you getting the same thing, or are you getting something different, baby?
I'm getting it a little sooner than 6 months, but I feel like it's going to be fine. I feel like you're a little worried about the tenants just because they're a little bit not the same style you are when it comes to handling things. They tend to hand you excuses over things that you think that they should just, to give you details on and then move on. I feel like they're not going to give you a problem. They're not going to give their new realtor a problem either, showing it or anything like that. I think you're going to be just fine with it.
Okay. And will you pick up anything as far as the sale, Aeson?
I'm going to say the sale will probably happen by June, but I think that we're going to have to deal with some closing problems, and that could be the delay.
You mean that's why it's going to take that long?
It can take that long because I think Sophia's looking at when you're done, meaning you've sold the property, you've closed the property, you've dealt with it, and you've moved on to something new.
Okay, what issues in closing you're picking up?
I think you're going to get maybe one person that puts in an offer. You're going to get a couple offers. One of them puts in the offer, but they don't have the financing for it. It's too big for them to deal with. So then you get a little bidding war going on because you got two offers, and then they turn to start giving you're able to get that in.
Okay. And do you see that by when the showings will happen?
Oh, the showings should be happening probably March and April.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So no issues with the tenant, no issues with payments, and everything should be okay until I sell it.
Exactly. And I feel like you just kind of have to work through that process.
Right. That's fine,
Okay. I think you got a good realtor company, but that doesn't mean that you trust them. Remember, they work for you, so you stay on top of them.
Yeah, I always do. I request weekly briefings as well.
Good. Very, very good. I think that's awesome for you to do, darling. Okay?
Right, because they're working for me. I'm not working for them.
Exactly. See, a lot of people get stuck up in that. Oh, we got to keep them happy. No, you don't. They work for you. If you don't want to show on Sunday at 4, you tell them that's not a good time.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, honey. You have a great
day. You're welcome,
day.
honey.
Bye.
All right. Well, we're just sailing on through, and we've got 808. 808, you're on the line.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm calling from Hawaii. I just need a general reading.
We don't do general, honey. We do specific questions.
I mean, yeah, whatever you might just see,
that's
what you
general.
think might...
What's worrying you?
What?
What's worrying you?
Oh God, my boyfriend just passed away, and I might have to move. My cat just died, and it's I'm going through a major life change.
Yeah, and it's time for it. You had some peace. Now it's time for you to start a new adventure, and I feel like you're going to do that very well.
Yeah, we're together for 16 years. It was just he went missing in a surfing accident, and they never found them, and it's just a whole new life change, right? So I'm just it's kind of scary starting over, Yeah.
It can be scary, but I think it'll be very good for you. Okay, I feel like it's going to open up some new doorways your way. Yes.
Okay. So new change. Do you see me moving soon in the next couple months or
I
few
feel
months?
You do
or
move. I'm going to say probably within 6 weeks.
When?
Within 6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks, but within the same area, right?
Yes, within the same area. You're not, moving off the island.
Okay, thank God. I'm definitely staying in Hawaii. That's my home.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but you'll do fine.
And what about, I made a small investment. It's a gamble, and some people are like, yeah, but I think maybe that's what might help me. Do you think that's going to come through?
I think it does, but I think it's very slow.
It's very what?
It's very slow. I wouldn't count on it.
Oh, don't count on it?
Don't count on it. Don't factor that in. It's going to be a very slow return.
Oh, okay. Might be a process then.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but is that what's going to help me move, you think? Because I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to move.
I think it helps you move, but I don't think it'll help. You can't count on it to pay the power bill.
The power bill?
Like your daily stuff. It's going to take some time to get through. So your monthly bills,
yeah,
you can't count on it for that.
Oh, okay. So how do you think I'm going to move then?
Well, I feel like you get part of your investment back, so you're able to move. However, you aren't going to get payment for your dailies. You can't count on that to live on. But I feel like you're going to have something that can aid you in that.
Oh, okay. But so that's what I did make. Do you think it will go through by this summer then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It'll still come through just a little bit at a time or something?
It won't be steady.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah.
It's not going to have a steady return to continually process.
Oh, okay. Well, will my life be better, though, by this summer? I mean, like...
Yeah, it'll be better. It won't be perfect, but it'll be better.
Yeah, okay. I know I just have a lot of changes. It's like, yeah, 'cause I'm moving with pets, so that's just kind of the hard thing, finding a place with pets, you know what I mean? And
exactly.
Yeah, so new beginnings, but hopefully, do you see me, because I live on the north shore of the island, do you see me staying on the north shore part of the island?
I feel like you go a little east.
A little northeast.
Yeah.
Okay,
north shore, but towards the east.
The east, okay, and probably in 6 weeks or so, maybe.
Correct.
Okay, and better people in my life.
Very much better people, a complete new circle of people, and I think you'll be a little bit more happier, hon.
Oh, okay, good. I know I'm just scared because after being with someone for 16 years, it's just like, you know what I mean, like a new beginning, and it's just scary,
Mhm. Very much so. It can be very much scary, but what you need to do with that is make the best out of it, because you've got to continue on. They took their option line, they finished their mission, now it's your turn to lead up and keep moving forward. Part of that, it does include going through the grief process.
I know. So hopefully maybe in the future I might meet someone or might help or...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'll meet someone, you'll have relationships again, but not until you're ready.
Right, I don't want to rush things. I mean,
Right.
I'm not ready to jump from one relationship to another. I need time for myself.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so just anything else? Okay.
Not really, honey. I mean, you can reach us over at psychic.biz, honey, if any questions pop up.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I know it's just been really stressful in my life. I have my girlfriend staying with me to help me get through the emotional support right now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Well, we still have a few minutes left, so we can take another caller. Oh, let's go to 302. 302, you're on the air.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Who do we have?
My name is Cindy.
Hi, Cindy, and how can we help you?
I've been kind of disconnected from a friend, and I just wanted to see if you saw us reconnecting again.
Okay, and the friend's name?
His name is Matt.
Okay, and Cindy, what's your birthday?
6/24/63.
Okay, well, let's take a look here.
I see that there's a lot of stressful issues between you that needs to be resolved, but I do see you guys reconciling your friendship probably within about 4 weeks' time. But the stressors that lie between you guys, that needs to be worked on for it to continue to go forward.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm in agreement with that. I feel like you guys just have to get your communication, get the stressors out, get the issues out, the little tingles out, but you're able to move forward with it.
We hadn't been fighting or anything like that. I just kind of took myself out of the equation. He had been talking to someone else, so.
Mhm. There's still stress there, honey. There's still issues there.
Yeah. On my part.
No. You see, here's the thing with friendships, and more than friendships, but friendships, is that it's a two-way dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's your part and it's their part.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You have a
honey.
lovely evening.
Thanks.
All
you guys
right.
do.
And we're going to pop over to 916. 916, you're on the line.
Hi, thank you very much. My date of birth is July the 6th, 1951, and my name is Wendy, calling from Sacramento, California.
Oh, hi, Wendy, and how can we help you?
Well, a family tragedy occurred 1 week ago today, and I'm currently living with my sister. She allowed me to stay for a very small amount of money. I've had surgeries, and she got quite upset with me, and I was only protecting her. I felt I had to tell her something from a legal point of view. And
she didn't care.
What?
She didn't care.
I know. And so I'm hoping that she said we could sign a lease together when her lease expires on May 1st. I hope to God that still happens.
Let me take a look here, honey.
Thank you, sir.
It does still happen, but I'm going to tell you guys, you two, while you're very caring and loving towards each other, are still 12 and 13. When you guys get into these issues and problems, because you analyze it, and you're very much A plus B equals C, it always equals C, this is how it is. She's more the emotional side of things. So you guys are going to have to really work on those dynamics of, okay, I will handle the business, you handle the party planning. Type at working out within your relationships, okay?
Okay, what was that again? You said you handle this and I'll do what?
You guys need to break up your responsibilities.
Okay,
i.e., where you're more, where you're more clear cut, A plus B equals C.
Right.
We got to make sure that the lease doesn't have a loophole in it. We got to make sure that the car agreement doesn't have this. We got to define what they mean by we'll cover 30% of the work variance. She's more like, oh, it's a red car. We need a red car. I like the car. I want it. So she would be better at making more emotional-based decisions for the household that you're forming, whereas you are better at making black and white, set in stone, right-sided mind decisions.
Okay. So her lease expires on May 1st. So I'm not sure. Did you say we are going to sign a lease and live together?
Yes, you do. That's why I'm talking about how to cultivate and get past the, you two acting like 11 and 12-year-olds. And you're going, well, Johnny really isn't a good one for you because he has this reputation. And she's going, but he's pretty. Because that's what I feel is still going on now.
Yeah, I think I get what you're telling me. Thank you. So will we share an apartment for more than a year, I hope?
I'm looking at probably at least 2, possibly 2.5, and then I feel like you may move to where you're very close to each other, but you're not in the same apartment. but I feel like that's because of the way your life's developed.
Okay. So 2.5 years at least. Hopefully I'll be working. I'm on a medical leave right now. I had 2 surgeries, and I'm getting back my range of motion. So I'm hoping that Kaiser Permanente hires me and that they keep me for at least 5 years. Do you see me getting a new job, and will they keep me?
Yeah, very much so, honey. And
When
I'll
will this
get
new
more
job
than 5.5 years. Not until probably June or July, honey, when you got everything back together.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what? It was the doctor says that he'd like to do one more surgery, but it's more cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
But then that'll extend my medical leave probably, April, May, June, July. So maybe that's what you're looking at.
Right.
That physically I'm really not ready until probably around July 1.
Right. To really start and to get moving with this company, but you do go with that company.
Okay. And do you think it will be Kaiser Permanente?
Yes, it is.
Will it be the call center for appointments, or will I be sitting behind a counter? Will I be the lady accepting your copay when you come in for a visit?
I don't feel like that's the position you're having. I feel like you're doing paperwork and answering phones and organizing billing.
Okay. All right. But it'll be solid and secure starting around June.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And how do you spell your first name?
Aeson.
Well, I think you're wonderful. I'm very intuitive. And I can just read. It's obvious to me how much you care about people.
Well, I do my best, darling.
I think you're a gift.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
He is
and
a
you
gift.
have a lovely, darling. You have a lovely evening, dear.
Thank you. Say prayers, please.
Oh, of course, honey. Very much of course. We'll make sure you're on our healing list. Have
One
a
more
lovely
quick
evening.
question.
Oh, yes.
Will my brother still love me and want to be with me forever? I hope. Have I been a good sister?
Oh, well, of course. I feel like you've been a great sister towards him.
Okay. Well, thank you, and God bless.
God bless, darling.
Have a great night, honey.
All right. Well, we're at the end of the show, darling. Now, for those listeners that didn't get in, use the coupon code COFFEE and combine either that one. Now, that one gets you a $10 added to your account with a minimum of $15 deposit over at psychic.biz. Or use the coupon WINTER16 and get $5 free. And if you're new to Psychic Biz, they're already going to give you $5 free. So it's $10, and you get a reading both from me or Sophia. And, you know, we're both on at different times, but look for us. You can have that either over the phone, by chat, and I'm going to start a schedule next week where I'm going to be doing limited video readings over there, too. So check that out. And, Sophia, honey, you got anything?
No, just everybody be safe, make good decisions, and we'll see you at psychic.biz.
All right. Good night, Sophia.
Good night, Aeson. Good night, everybody.
Are you at a crossroads in your life? Or are you feeling stuck and not sure where to turn? We can help. Visit our website at psychic.biz from your computer, smartphone, or tablet, where you can get accurate readings and insight by speaking with any one of our tested advisors. We offer live chat, video sessions, one-on-one phone calls, and even email readings. We have several gifted psychics, tarot readers, astrologers, and other healers from around the world who are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your initial chat is always free, and our psychics do offer special prices and low per-minute rates. Visit us today at psychic.biz and get the guidance you need today for your tomorrow.
You're listening to The Magic Happens Radio Network, sponsored by The Magic Happens magazine. You'll find us at www.themagichappens.com.
The Magic Happens magazine.